Hey guys, today I want to talk about something different, and it's something we usually don't talk about that much, and it's loans. Getting loans in the Philippines. It can be very hard to get a loan, if not impossible to get a loan in the Philippines. The best way to get loans are through your bank back home by getting overdraft protection, personal lines of credit, so that way there you can always dip into that, have that available to you all the time. So if you want to buy a used car over here or something, at least you can get some cash if you need it, because you don't want to use your emergency cash or what have you. I know a lot of guys don't like to get loans, and I don't blame you. I'm a person that does not like to get loans that much too, but it's sometimes a necessary evil. It's good to keep your credit score high while you're living in the Philippines, because you still may use that credit score. I've applied for personal loans of credit before and then just paid it off really quick because I needed it for something. I wanted to get something, so I used the personal line of credit. Now, I've applied even from over here. I've used Citibank. Citibank usually is known for their credit cards and stuff like that, but I used them to get a personal loan one time, and they offered me up to $30,000 in a personal loan because my credit score, I didn't need that much. I just needed a little bit, and I took out the loan, and it was very simple, very, very simple. I didn't have to send anything back signed or anything like that, which was really, really good. And I kind of like that. It's nice, easy. But when you're over here, you don't tell people that you're over here permanently. It's not a good idea. And it's also good to have an American address. State Department Federal Credit Union does work with expats that live outside the country, and they do give loans for all types of things. The problem with State Department Federal Credit Union is this: when you go to open the account, it's very difficult working with these people, because the people that they have that work with you on the phone are awful. They're terrible. I tried. What they do is they start. You fill out this thing online. You go in there, you fill it all out, and then they send you like a email. You open that email, and it's almost like you open up another email account, and you'll see what I mean if you do this. And then they tell you what they need. You send them everything that they need, and they keep sending you the same thing over and over and over again. And even if you sent, I sent everything like at least 6 or 7 times, and they kept telling me, please send it over again. So after a while, I got sick of it. I called them up. I talked to this lady, and this lady was very obnoxious with me. She says, I'll have somebody call you back in an hour or two, or within the next day or two. And they never called. They never called me. And then they sent me another email. I opened it up. It was a little bit different than the other ones, and they said, send me some form of proof of where you're living. Now, I had already sent them all this stuff. It's all included in there. It was in my lease agreement. And I sent them pictures of some of my bills and everything. And I'm still not done with them yet. And it's been over about a month and a half now since I started this process. I believe it was about a month and a half ago I started. And it takes a long time. And like I said, the people are really nasty on there. I'm hoping I get the account open really soon. Now, we've had one guy in here, he opened the account, had no problem opening it. I've had about 6 or 7 other people that called me and told me that they gave up, that they don't even want to bother with that place because they're so obnoxious, okay? So State Department Federal Credit Union is not one of my favorite places to deal with. I do want to open an account because it would be nice to have a bank that works, or a credit union that works with you outside of the country. It does loans outside the country and all the above things that we usually need as expats in country. And they do credit cards and all that type of stuff. But anyway, I just want to warn you about that, because any credit union will usually do, okay? If you're living outside the country, most credit unions will work with you outside the country. My credit union is not State Department Federal Credit Union. It's Metro Credit Union. It's up in Massachusetts, Chelsea, Massachusetts. They're very, very good with me. They treat me really, really good. And what I did was I opened up a line of credit before I left. Okay, so if I need money, I have it. And every once in a while I'll use it and I pay it back fairly quick so I can keep my credit score really high. Now, for you guys that are back home thinking about coming over here, do all your credit work before you leave. Open up your lines of credit. Open up a personal line of credit that you can go into whenever you need it. Go down to your bank, tell them that you'd like to open it. Preferably, you're better off going to a credit union, actually, because credit unions can work with you even outside the United States because their rules are a little bit different. So you can do that. You can also, sometimes if you need to, use your credit card line of credit, which I don't recommend doing with the high rates that they have right now. Bad idea. But personal lines of credit are usually cheaper than credit cards. They're still high. You can still get car loans also through State Department Federal Credit Union if you guys want to get a car over here or what have you. I believe they do it for over here because it does say auto loans on there, and they deal with people only outside of the US. But like I said, again, the problem is opening that account, and it is really a hassle to open that account with State Department Federal Credit Union. It's a great big hassle. But anyway, guys, if you do want to, have a line of credit, open it before you come here. Do the personal line of credit. Open it before you come here. And that way there, if you want to buy a car or something over here, you just can write a check for it. Granted, it usually takes about 30 days for that check to clear, and then you got the car. You can usually make a deal with some of these new car dealerships around here or what have you, or any of the used, some of the new car dealerships have used cars in their lots too. Now, when you do that, you just might have to wait 30 days or what have you. Or you could use your emergency money temporarily or what have you until your check hits your account. You could write a check to yourself or whatever. Now, that's also a possibility. There's many, many ways to skin a cat around here to get things done over here in the Philippines. Don't ever give up, because it's almost impossible for you to get a loan over here unless your wife lives here and she works over here. There are ways of getting loans, but it's very, very difficult. You're actually better off doing as I say and just have your personal line of credit already set up before you leave the States, or when you go home to visit or whatever. Sign up at your bank or your credit union. Like I said, preferably credit unions are way better than banks. Banks have more rules on them, and credit unions have less rules. So that's why you want to have a credit union, and any credit union will do, because they deal better with people that are living out of the country temporarily or whatever. Just try to have that U.S. address. I don't recommend you putting like a Philippine address on there. The credit unions usually don't close you out because you live outside the country. The banks sometimes will when you do that. So be aware of that. There are other companies that work with expats that you can find online, but these are the ones that I've dealt with, and I want to speak from me doing it myself rather than saying, yeah, you can do it through this one and that one. But if you guys want to leave information on there, if you guys have had to do loans or anything, leave the information on here for the expats to read, so they can find these other places too. It always helps to know that there's more places out there that we can get assistance when we need a loan or something, even an emergency loan. Some guys, what they do is they take out a personal line of credit and they borrow the money and they put it in their account over here, and then just pay it off monthly for their emergency money. That way they got it already in the bank, so if they need it right away, they have it. That's one way of doing it. But as far as cars go, I think you're always better off getting a new car than a used car. Rich also talked about this the other day in one of his videos on my channel, and he recommends new cars. I recommend new cars too. You can also do the Suzuki thing, and they sell these rehab Suzukis, and it's just like buying a new car over here. You get a Suzuki van. They're really kind of nice. They're cute. They got AC. They're clean, and they run fairly well. They're not the safest vehicles because they're so tiny, but they're nice little vehicles to ride around with. And they we call them bread box vans or whatever. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and I hope that helps you. And be sure to leave your comments down inside the comment section. Bye, guys. Thanks.